This is Ryan Getzlaf. You're listening to Missing Curfew.
What's missing curfew? It's when you kind of play guilty, but you show up.
How nice is a green light on the road, though? No practice tomorrow, no plane, just go.
Scotty Upshall in the clear, and he scores! Right in front, scores!
A few laughs, a little bit of fun, and obviously a lot of hockey talk.
You're listening to Missing Curfew.
Fellas, coming here from Hall Pass Media in Newport Beach, this is Missing Curfew. Obes, up dog, and the Richie fella is back again. How we doing, boys?
Boys are good. Boys are good. I mean, my wallet's a little light today. I lost a little bit of cheddar yesterday playing golf, but things are good. It's a new day. Saw you at the gym. Saw you at the pool today. You're looking fresh.
Gold Hub.
How many laps today?
I do 1,200 meters every 4 days a week. Yeah, so that's 48 laps for those countdown.
48 fucking laps.
Yeah, I do 1,000 straight, 500 breast, 500 free. Take a breather, and then I do a quick 100, breather, quick 100, get out of there.
Richie,
you 1,000?
1,000 straight. Yeah, 1,000 straight.
I couldn't have predicted that.
Well, you saw
the under there.
You saw me motor across Oak Lake if I had to fucking get across there. If there's a couple birds on the other side, I'll go. You see me go. No.
So it's... Richie, are you a swimmer? I can't even swim, bro. I don't even know. I swim like ass in the water like this. Like,
well, I got the flippers that help, by the way.
Oh, the flippers help.
Yeah. You got flippers. So that's the little cheaters.
Yeah, I never said I wasn't cheating. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. I got the flippers. They keep you more like that, Rich.
Okay. Yeah, I used to head to a local YMCA back in Belleville and get temporarily swim in.
No, you swam when we trained together. And, dude, listen, there's lots of things I look back that I would have liked to tinker throughout my playing career. One of them is swimming. I remember you coming in back to 4-to-1 Fitness there. Shout out to Jason Zaprika, 4-to-1 Fitness. And you'd be like, I just swam at the Y. I'm ready to go. You must have felt great because I feel like I got so much energy after I get out of the tank.
Yeah, you know what, though? Like, I did that for probably 3 or 4 years, and my body felt the best it's ever felt. And then I kind of got away from it because it's a lot of work getting into the pool and then going to work out and skating and stuff. But that was the best I felt. My shoulders, everything. You know, it just gives you that juice. And, yeah, I wish I would continue doing it.
What's the workout regimen now, Richie? By the way, you're looking pretty good, bud.
A lot of shoulders, by the way. Yeah, a lot of shoulders.
My biceps, a little wrist curl.
What do you got there? Hey, fucking, you know.
Now a whole lot. You know what I do? I go over to that F45 and do a little circle thing over there.
Okay.
Buddy, those are legit. I used to do the old Orange Theory out here with all the housewives, and next door was F45. So one day I was like, I'll slide in. Those workouts are legit.
Yeah, and it's, you're in and out quick, and you don't have to think about putting, workout together. Because it's funny how much we worked out in our lives. I can't get a workout together.
No, that's because every day you came in the rink or it was written on the board. That's why. Every day you knew your workout. And Soupy would do it for us at 4-to-1 Fitness. We come in, snap it out, go grab some pita pit and tee it up. That's what we did.
So are you saying when you get to one of those classes and it says like, deadlifts and they're putting the fucking
goalie squats.
They're putting the 45-pound things on the end of that. I'd be looking at that going, I'm just going to take the option.
No, it's low weight, high rep. Low weight, high rep.
Oh, it's low weight.
Low weight, high rep.
Like if you do like 45 seconds of the one weight. So I just pick a low weight and do it. But I'm not lifting heavy, no.
I like to go in those sweaty, hot yoga classes with all like the cougars around Newport Beach. That's just right up my alley. It's an hour. It's like 95 degrees. It's hot. You can bring in some weights if you want, but it keeps your flexibility going, and you feel like you get out all the fucking
good for the spank bank too.
Yeah.
Good for the spank bank.
No, but like you just gotta like. Yeah, I don't want to ride a bike for an hour to sweat. Like I need to sweat like by the heat now.
You're going in that class for one reason and one reason only.
Like let me ask you this though. When I go in there, I don't know if it's the same for you. I sweat so much, my sweat's going onto other people's mats.
Yeah, you gotta let it buck. You just fuck it. Bring an extra towel in there. Just hopefully you're not on a full sea bomber from the weekend because then it's not perfect. I mean, you got to be in the back of the class if that's.
I can't imagine Lupul sweating in those classes.
Oh, he sweats like a.
I played golf with him a month ago, and to his credit, it ended up being the hottest day of the year next Cheaty Canyon, and he had the fucking ass sweat up the back, and I'm like riding in the cart with him, and he's like, I'm like, you got to change. That's Tiger Woods back in fucking. When he won the tour championship, and he was leaking that bad.
Yeah.
So his yoga must be crazy.
Well, you remember when he played, he'd have like 5 or 6 shirts he'd have to use during the game. Like, were you ever like that? I could wear one shirt the whole game. I wasn't a sweater at all.
Yeah, I sweat it, but I would never change the shirt. No. Just keep her going.
Keep her going, eh? She's lucky shirt. I'm going to keep wearing this one.
Yeah, this jock strap here, I've had her since 2008. Yeah, she's a nice one here.
Richie, how many times a week do you get to tee it up where you are? Like, where do you play in Scottsdale?
I'm a member at MISSIN Country Club out here, and they were closed for 8 months doing a redo, so they open up Friday.
Oh, nice.
So November 1st. So I'll be out there next week, probably about 3 or 4 times next week.
Where's that compared to where your pad is?
It's 20 minutes from my house, door to door. So it's not bad. And they got the full kid stuff over there, the pickleball and tennis, pool and all that. So
is that kind of a long stick handle though? 20's a long
yeah,
stick
it is. It is right up to 101 for you, right? Is that where like Urlacher is? Is that where the couple? Sorry,
no, it's 101 and 202, kind of right by the Cubs, like spring training facility over there.
Yeah, that's
kind of a little hidden gem.
That's a trick.
Yeah, I'm lucky. I got a little 7-minute jaunt home 5. Left, right, left, right.
You just got a little sun. Yeah, you get a little sun in your eyes.
The trickiest play though is coming off the fucking Jamboree onto fucking the PCH there. That little right, it's always backed up. It's a lot of shadow like Richard Diesel. Hey, heads up! I just put my hand out. I put the paw out, and I just go like that. You stay right there. I'm coming. I'm coming if you like it or not. But boys, let's talk baseball. Richie's talking about the Cubs practice facility. The World Series is over. I had Game 6 tickets, boys. So I guess they did save me some money, but I lost it on the series. Fucking what a letdown this series was. I mean, we're going to talk about Freddie Freeman, but just a letdown. The way the Yankees played last night, I mean, fundamentals, boys. Richie, I mean, your Belleville League team would have had better fundamentals than that, bud. You and Reeder.
Oh, my God. Yeah, that was tough, man. It just like they just froze up and they forgot how to play. So it was tough. I was hoping for one more game. Make it a series, put a little heat on the Dodgers, but it wasn't meant to be.
I mean, it was in so many ways. It's great to see like some great stories come out of it. The Freddie Freeman story. I thought Mookie Betts played unbelievable. The pitcher Bueller was unbelievable, but there was a lot of like kind of letdowns to it too, where you had Ohtani. He was hurt. He's banged up, but he's not being like the best player ever to play the game. And by rights, I like the fact that this year's World Series had a little bit of like fucking heart to it, right? Like you guys are playing hurt. Guys are fucking chirping. It was a little bit of that. Aaron Judge comes out, he gets his home run. Now he's feeling it, okay? And then he fucking drops a ball, a routine fly ball that, you and I
could have, as Pitter would say, I could have caught it with an oven mitt. Like it was fucking just, there you go, can of corn, fella.
And then
eye off it.
And then I thought the play from short to third base shortly thereafter was a good play. A little one hopper. You got to catch that.
You got to make that play.
Got to make the play.
And Cole was in a brain fart. And like him and Rizzo were caught between the shit and the stink. If I'm Rizzo, like I know you're not going to beat him in a foot race, but I'm at least running there. And I'm making a collision at least.
Yeah.
I'm making Mookie think. I'm not just going to just stand there. But I love Rizzo, but it was just.
You could just feel the meltdown happen.
What was the name of that guy, the pitcher that came in and just threw change-ups the whole time?
Yeah.
The bases jizzed up there. What was going on there? Throw a fucking heater.
Well, he's thrown one fastball in the last fucking all postseason. He threw one heater.
I could see you turn that down the lineups back. You know what I mean? Like, come on.
I was playing golf with Jim Abbott yesterday, old Jimbo, the old 2-5er on. I'm like, if you know the changeup's coming, right? A changeup's hard. A big league changeup's hard to hit, but when you know it's coming, you think you'd be able to stay back on it. And he's like, for whatever reasons, these hitters can't figure this guy out. They know it's coming. It's like Rivero's cutter back in the day. They know it's coming. They just can't fucking get some wood on it.
This is the guy that came in the 8th, right?
Yeah.
And he just everything was like a high. Like little curve.
Yeah.
Again, just fuck.
I gotta give old Bip Roberts some credit. The manager of the Dodgers did a hell of a job. He outmanaged Aaron Boone the whole fucking series. But I wanted to talk to you guys. Uppy brought this up at breakfast. Soto after the game in his presser, he didn't waste any time. He's like, the guy asked him like, so hey, the rumor is you like this city and this, He's like, no, I wouldn't say that. He's like, I'm gonna open her up to the fucking guy who's got the most. What did you think of that, Richard? As an ex-player, like I think it's listen, if you come this far, you might as well stir the pot right away and be like, hey, listen, I'm not staying here 100%.
I mean, I love it because, most guys will always say, I want to be here. They always say the right things. It's nice to see a guy be like, yeah, I'm going to chase it.
I'm going to chase it.
Yeah, but you think right then and there is the time? Like, fuck.
I'm not saying it's the time, but I think he was pissed and he's like, you know what? I'll maybe still be here, but I'm not hanging around here. I'm going to get paid. I'm going where, I'm wanted. And I mean, I kind of like it because it's obviously something to talk about from the norm of, we want to be here. We love it here.
I just think, you just lose, World Series championship in complete, utterly, embarrassment fashion.
Yeah, it was
like
tough.
you guys. You should have been you should have been on the Bird that night, headed out to LA for another game here on Friday for you to be at. And it's not like he did anything he didn't do anything great in the World Series. And making that much money and being in that spot in the batting lineup and being who you are with that name, being a free agent, that's the time to shine. So you kind of like maybe just step back from the spotlight and be like, you know what, guys, I actually have no comment. This fucking sucks. And then address it in a couple days. I don't know.
That's what a hockey player would have said.
Yeah, or just like, fuck you guys.
But Soto, he was, what is he, Dominican?
He just doesn't give
He's
a
like,
fuck.
fuck you. I don't care. I want $700 million.
Yeah.
Scotty Boris, get on the blower. Let's get the
Yeah,
bidding
but-
starting now.
Yeah, but it's not going to change.
He's probably back home in Dominican or
It
whatever.
probably is. But it's not going to change how much money you get just because you say that. I think it looks bad on you.
Yeah, no, you can look at it from a GS perspective. Like, this guy doesn't care what
This is a
team.
fucking idiot.
Yeah, yeah.
What,
I would like to see the Jays and Rogers back home open up that checkbook. I know there's lots of money back there at Rogers. Let's get Soto to the Jays. We need a little left-handed power. We need something. So, boys, I'll save Jim Leahy for another time because I don't want to rush through it. But it's one of me and Richie's favorite characters. Love Leahy, Jim Leahy. Let the liquor do the thinking. Eh? Let the liquor do the thinking, boys. Speaking of liquor, we were talking team dinners. And I wanted to be honest with our listeners and you boys. Like, I never loved them, boys. I thought it was just too many guys. It took too long. And I just thought, like, fuck, we don't need another team dinner. I just saw you at the fucking rink at practice. Like, does that make me a bad teammate, or did you love team dinners?
Well, and Richie, you're going to agree with me completely. You got 41 road games. There's definitely 10 out of those that you would say, no chance we're doing a team dinner here because I'm not showing up.
Yeah.
I got plans. I've lived here before.
So what cities didn't you have plans in?
Well, Columbus, Detroit,
Carolina. Oh, you
fucking
might have
Carolina.
might have some plans in
no,
Detroit.
No, fuck no.
No?
Detroit's a shithole.
Okay.
Winnipeg. Like, I'm not just, we could team dinner it up at the High Steakhouse there or whatever.
I'm going to say
Earl's.
you probably
Earl's for happy hour before then. But like,
you
if
had
we,
something lined up in the peg.
so for example, but just a simple one, like if we go to Edmonton and we got one day there the whole year, I'm going to go for dinner with my family. I don't need a team dinner in Edmonton, but let's collectively try to pick the spots that are where no one has shit going on. No one's got family.
Philly.
It's like, what are we just going to stay in and do room service? So I completely agree with you in the good cities, but then I also think it's necessary to like have the trainers out for dinner with you. And when guys put, I think you brought this up because of the put money on the board or put a team dinner on the board. I think it's Buffalo, for example. Like, I don't see much things going on. Great steakhouses in Buffalo, right, Richie? That back, you get the back room, and but the problem with the ones that are too long is no one sets them up properly. You can't go in and surprise everyone that we're here. You come in, the appies should be there. There should be a couple bottles of wine already open, and you have a set menu. I know you don't like that.
Never loved
but that keeps the time going.
Yeah, that's
right?
true. That's
you get a dessert. Everyone gets a dessert.
True.
So there's certain things, and I agree with you too. I was not much of a team dinner guy.
Yeah.
But there is a spot in the game for it, I think.
Yeah, like what I would like. I loved obviously the rookie party team dinner.
Yeah. Wow.
I love that.
That wasn't about the food. That was about the booze.
I know exactly what that was. But
I know.
and then to get sometimes, and then maybe you could have one more, like a big guy free agent signs in the summer. Maybe he wants to take the team out. I would say max is 2 per year, and then the rest you can run on your own or do whatever you got to do on your own. But once it got to 3 or 4 team dinners a year, I'm like, hey, that's enough. We're good. Just pay just give us the money you would put in a pot.
Yeah.
Just save it at the end of the year to go to Vegas together or something. But 1 or 2 is perfect.
Yeah, I would say that I'm with you there too. You have the rookie dinner, that counts as one, and then maybe a captain's dinner, or like you said, Stammer goes back to Tampa. He wants to put a team dinner on the board. But I never loved it. When I got the text about team dinner, I was like,
And looking back, boys, like, did you have your guys as like dinner crews? I did. I mean, I was like, I had to have my crew of guys.
yeah.
Right? Or were you kind of one guy?
I had one guy.
Yeah?
I had one guy. I was looking for one guy. That's all I wanted.
See, I
didn't want any more than one fucking guy.
The only thing with the dinner group that would kind of rub me the wrong way is some of these fucking guys want to eat at 5:30, 6 o'clock. I can't. I'm like, boys, the fuck, man. Yeah, you were talking earlier about having a nap.
You would go early dinner, and then you'd have time to do whatever you're going to do.
Yeah, but I thought 7:30 is the right time to be getting to the restaurant, to sit down, have a quick drink while they're getting your table ready, and then fucking table ready, you're eating by 8:15, and you're fucking out of the door at 9:30, and then you're not sitting in your bed just staring at the ceiling.
You weren't going to bed at 9:30.
Well, no shit, but like these guys who go back and watch TV at 8 o'clock, it's not fuck.
I know.
You know what I used to love back when you first started the league? I'm sure you guys did the exact same thing. You literally got to your room, dropped your bags, and went for beers. Literally at 5 o'clock, beers. We're out, then we go to dinner at 7. You're home by 9:30. You got to leave a little pin, but in bed before 10. I love that.
Yeah. We were talking to Skillsy about that. Like fucking, you know what? Ian Moran was my first ever roommate in Anaheim, and he didn't even wait for the lobby. I remember my first road trip. We got in there. He cracked the mini fridge. There you go, kid. I was like, oh, fuck, hey, weird. He's like, yeah, I'll have a quick one before you meet the boys in the lobby. I'm like, all right. But yeah, I was more of a get in. I kind of would have a little, like, because typically, I'm not going to lie, I was probably a little tired or whatever from what had taken place previously to that practice and fly in, have a little nap. And then I would go for dinner with whoever I had plans with that night. So if a team dinner came to me, I don't know, I was never fired up about it. But it is what it is.
I just talking about beers randomly, like after, whatever, a flight or whatever. Mike Sillinger, I played with him in Nashville. After practice one day, he's like, let's go golfing. I'm like, okay. And he just opens up the glove box of his pickup truck, and on ice are like 6 fucking blue light. I'm like, sweet. He's like, and we're like on the way to the course, just having a quick pint. And I'm like, fuck, that's a guy that's prepared to like, take a nice day and enjoy the golf match.
Yeah. No, that's a pro.
Yeah.
That's a pro. Yeah, that's a guy that I mean, you talked about Silly a lot. Yeah, I think I got to meet him when I was my little cup of coffee in Florida, right? He was there. He was a beauty. So team dinners, listen, I like him. I don't love him. Boys, I want to talk to you about Four Nations just real quick again. Just want to tinker my lines, boys. I just want to tinker my lines here, Rich. Stay with me, but I just want to tinker them here. So I'm going Hyman, 97, Reinhardt. This is where I'm changing up. My second line is Marchand, Crosby, McKinnon, and then my third and fourth line are the same. But I just think this is what I want to talk to you boys about. That Marchand, Crosby, McKinnon line, all Nova Scotia line, they want to play together. I just think it's a no-brainer. You got to throw those 3 guys together.
Yeah, they compete all summer long. They have been for 10 years plus. They all respect each other. They probably could play each other on Xbox and fucking just be as good as they can in real life. They're legit, and I think that line will be incredible. You did mention there's a lot of right-handed shots.
A lot of right-handed twigs. I mean, is that good? How hard is it to play? I know you're a center, Rich. How hard is it? Because I didn't mind playing my offside as a D-man because I can see up the ice here. But how hard is it to play the offside wing? Is it easier, harder? Do you hate it? Can you do it? Well, how hard?
No, it's harder. You often find more skilled guys playing that off wing.
Okay.
The reason being is you're taking a lot of pucks on your backhand. And I mean, for us old school guys, like the backhand, it's kind of a dying breed right now, guys that use the backhand a lot, right? Like the coaches even tell you keep the puck on your forehand. I'm sure Adam Oates tells his guys, don't use your fucking backhand when you pass the puck. Like it's kind of a dying breed. But you do have to accept like a good, hard, crisp pass from fucking, Makar. And if you're a super skilled guy like a Kucherov, like he can take that puck all day long.
So these skilled guys on Team Canada,
they're going to be fine. The one good thing that I will say about a guy on his off wing is how open he is to the center of the ice to have a shot and to have a better angle when he comes in. And Richie, you probably attest to that.
I liked it. I know he zones a little harder, but I like coming in the offensive zone on my offsides because it gives you an option to pull up and have the whole ice in front of you. And also, you can cut to the middle and you're on your forehand.
It's a fucking take what they give you. Hey, stop them up.
So these guys are so skilled. I think most of these guys would like that.
So that's not a problem. So that's not a problem for Coop. Coop's not looking at this and be like, I need a lefty.
No, but Richie, let me break down what you just said there for a second. From
Get out the whiteboard.
From an eye in the sky. No, from an eye in the sky. Nowadays in the game, and this is still there the coaches wanted you to blow the zone. So I'm a winger. I get the puck from you, my centerman. I'm coming out of my blue line. That far side winger has already skated, he's already come all the way over to my ice, and I'm moving it up to him, and he's coming into the zone on his off wing, right? So it's like it's coming out of your own zone on your backhand that I feel is the tricky part. But if you play your right side, oftentimes you're coming into the O zone in a shooting position already because you had to fucking blow the zone and support your guy.
The D comes around the net. You got to take by the hash marks in your D zone. You're taking
if he's putting it ahead of you, you're taking it on your backhand. Yeah.
So now as a D man, if I see you on your backhand, I might come down and pinch on you. I might come be like, I'm showing his backhand. I'm coming down the wall. You think Or like these skill guys.
I mean, I was never a huge fan of slashing and all that stuff anyway.
But they do it. Yeah.
Guys make their plays. But
You want to go
I know what you're seeing, Uppy. When you're slashing, you're coming.
Well, you know why the slash is there? The slash is there because these fucking D are so fast now that your offense is your defenseman.
Yeah.
So we slash across, and all of a sudden you got fucking Quinn Hughes, who's already at the blue line, ready to just rock and roll as the third, fourth forward.
That slasher, though. I always hate slashing because you know you're not getting the fucking puck. Some D's.
No shit.
You're standing still at the blue line. I'm like, fuck off.
Maybe that's why I liked it so much. I'm just don't give it to me here. Just get it deep. Let me chase
I
it.
knew the game was in trouble when one like D-zone faceoff was the strong side D-man just rims it as hard as he can. The other guy goes right to the blue line and chips in. I'm like,
Greg Zanin.
yeah, that's our breakout. That's what we're doing. We just won the draw. Now you want me to rim it and put it down to their D-man. We got to get it back again? We just got the goddamn thing. Like,
No, that's not going down anymore. That's the guys are too fucking good now. They probably want to keep it off the wall and keep it on the stick with control. I don't know. I'm not much of a fucking percentage guy, but if you got McCarr and you got McKinnon and Rantanen on the ice and you're rimming it around the wall to these fucking guys, they're going to be like, what are we doing here?
Yeah. Keep it off the yellow.
Yeah.
Keep it off the yellow, boys, eh? I don't know what's going on in the NHL. We can get into that when we talk DraftKings, baby. But Richie, we were talking Four Nations when we brought you in. You're looking sharp today, by the way. I did like the backwards hat on Tuesday, but this is a nice look. This is a nice look you're giving us.
Put my El Dorado member guest shirt on here. Try to get the invite back.
Yeah, smart. Pins and fins. You know how to get the invite back? You got to win the fucking thing. That way they cannot invite you.
That's one hell of a tournament. You got to be a part of that.
I've never even played El Dorado in Cabo. It's nice, eh?
It's unbelievable.
Is it a nicer track than Chileno?
Yeah, it's a better golf course. It's a better golf course, but it's more down on the water too, and it's more in the houses. Chileno's up in the hill. It's a way different feel, but it's kind of got like a little OG like Cabo course to it. Yeah.
Who took you down there? Who was your membie?
My boy Jonathan Pykoff. Give him a shout out.
Yeah.
Baby, I need you.
Hey, fucking Richie's ready to go there. Pins and fins. Hey, pins and fins. Richie, you said that there's no way that Mitch Marner is not on the Team Canada. Is that a fact? No way.
I'd be very, very shocked if he wasn't on that team.
Yeah.
I mean, as much as sometimes he, pisses me off, things compete, but he is a skilled player and he's smart and he's a world-class player, but I don't see him being left off.
Listen, Doug Armstrong, he's not just going to take anyone because he's like a Toronto Maple Leaf. Like he's going to bring the best fucking hockey team over there. He's gonna analyze with his group of guys. You get the Getzlafs, you got all the guys that gonna have a voice in this opinion. But I don't think it matters that you're just a Leaf. I hope. I want the best team to go. I want the best team to go over there, and obviously being Canadian, I want them to win. But yeah, I'm not going to guarantees on that team either.
Well, and I think Uppy too. You want to see guys with heart and compete as Canadians, don't you? Do you not? You don't want to see some guy dragging ass and you want to see guys digging in and competing and just hound dogs all over the ice. So I agree with you. I don't know. I think Doug Armstrong's going to do a great job, but I don't know. I just don't see the.
What about a guy like Anthony Cirelli? Right now he's got 2 points, 10 assists, 2 goals, 10 assists, 12 and 10, plus 4 plays for Coop. We talked about Sam Bennett, and I love Ryan O'Reilly, but maybe Anthony Cirelli's your fourth line center, right? I'd have no problem with Anthony Cirelli being on that fucking hockey club.
Yeah.
Right? Like that's just.
Do you guys remember back in the day when they bought Robbie Zamner on the team?
Oh, yeah. I like Zams, but I like Zams. We should have been on that squad, eh?
Was that in Utah? Was that in the Olympics in Utah?
No, that's when they lost with Gretz and Nagano, wasn't it?
Was it 99 maybe?
Yeah, where they lost in the shootout to Czechos.
And Gretzky didn't shoot?
Yeah, Gretzky was riding the pine. I'm trying to find Mitch Marner in the scoring here. Is he having a good right there? 43, Mitch Marner. He's got 11 points in 10 games. He's got 1 goal. -1. He's 43rd in the lead in scoring right now. And listen, the league is fucking upside down, backwards, just like my fucking account right now. But, I mean, he's going to have to light it up. No, 11 and 10, that's a point a game is not what it used to be, Rich, in the National League, correct?
But yeah, especially for a guy with that much talent. You would think he's going to be around the 20-point mark or 18-point mark at this point, somewhere in there. But, yeah, that's not 1 goal is not good.
I'm going to throw another kid in the mix here. Drake Batherson. He's not going to make the team, but, I mean, he's having a great year. He's got 12 and 9, 5 goals already. This kid's got unbelievable skill, but he's another right-handed shot, and I know he's not going to make the team, but another kid I love. I love him.
Yeah, there's good character guys up in the north there.
Yeah, Mark Stone, Cale Makar, Kirill Kaprizov, who, by the way, is a free agent in, I believe, 2 years. He's got one more year left after this. He's a nice player. McKinnon having a quiet year at 18 points. I feel like they're playing bad. He's still got 18 points. That's when you know you're just that good of a player. Their team's not playing well. They're not doing great. He's still got 18 points, 11 games.
Is that just bad goaltending, or what's the?
Their goaltending's in one. Their back end is thin, and
everyone's hurt.
Everybody's hurt. Ivan's not pulling his weight.
Well,
Ivan's got 2 tucks now. He's playing the first unit. He's playing the bumper first unit.
Yeah, there you go. Ross Colton just got hurt too. He's out 6 to 8 weeks. He was their best fucking player. But anyways, looking forward to it. Team Canada. Listen, we got no fucking say, but whatever. We're going to tell them how we feel, Updog.
We got no say, but we're going to be there.
Yeah, Coop, I'll text you, but I got some ideas, Coop. I'll let you know what I think. Updog, Life Force, fella.
Fellas, Life Force best deal of the year starts Friday, so why wait? Let's not wait until 2025 to start that New Year's resolution by taking care of your body. Fellas, save $350 starting Friday at mylifeforce.com, fella.
Love it. My Life Force score went down. I went from a 57 down to a 54, and my biological age went from 34 to 36. I blame Mac Miller. Ever since she moved in, it's gone down. Before, when I was a peacock and I was flying, I was 57. Now I'm 54.
That could be, the sleep.
Cholesterol's high. Ticker's not perfect, they say, but cholesterol's high.
Yeah, I think that cholesterol's a fucking made-up thing.
Yeah. I talked to my nurse. She said,
it's, there's ways to evaluate that.
Is your cholesterol like low, or
it's
crush red wine like it's fucking.
Yeah,
like
the red wine. I don't
dinner.
know if that's the cholesterol. I eat a ton of fatty steaks, eh?
Yeah, so you should have the gout. You should have you just. He drinks 2 bottles. How much? Like what? Red wine and
red wine and red.
That's your go-to, though.
Yeah, I know. I think I've laid off it a little bit, but not enough to make my numbers come down.
Do you know your Life Force score?
Yeah, I think I'm a biological 34.
Yeah,
and my Life Force score is in the mid 60s. So it's, but like a guy like Mac L, our boy Mac L, who's we're not going to give his age away on this podcast, but he's had like a biological age of the same.
Yeah,
and his life score is like into the 80s. So he's crushing he does all the vitamins. He does, I'm sure, the T replacement therapy. He's dialed it in. Like, you go to his house, and this is what Life Force is good at, is all the certain things you get that prescribed when you do your thing.
Yeah. He's
He's got them all laid out for the week. Boom, boom, boom. He probably takes 30 pills a day.
Yeah. No,
Which
I'm
is just
taking
kind
a
of
lot
tricky.
I'm taking a lot of fucking pills too. I got the Omega.
I mean, I'm new to this podcast, so you're going to fill me in. I don't have no clue what you guys are talking about.
Oh, we're going to get you on Life
We're
Force.
gonna get you on Life Force, Richie. So quarterly, they come in, they draw your blood. Then you have a Zoom meeting with your doctor. I just had mine, and she's like this and that, and basically I came out there and she said, "You got to eat more vegetables." I was like, shocker. And you got to go for a 15-minute walk after dinner. And I was like, hey, I'm not gonna lie to you. I'll mix the vegetables in, but after dinner I'm going right to that couch. There's not gonna be a 15-minute anything besides me scratching my nuts for 15 minutes. But so Richie, they draw your blood. You get your own doctor. It's awesome, buddy. They send you ingestion. We get you ingest both on it. They send everything you need right to your house. Do you get your blood drawn? When's the last time you had your blood drawn, fella?
The last training camp.
Yeah. So okay, we're gonna get you on it. I'll send you the link. We'll get you signed up. They'll come right to your pad in Scottsdale or Flagstaff. It's unbelievable, bud. It's made a difference in my life in the last couple of years.
So yeah, Richie, just to touch on that, it's a monthly membership, and then 4 times a year they update you on your app and say, hey, we're going to send over a phlebotomist, is what they're called. They take your blood. Literally 3 days later, you're talking to someone online about the results, and then they put you on a scheduled, like, all the nutraceuticals and stuff, and then they monitor it. And if there's ever any really crazy changes, they address it, which is what we want. We don't want to let this thing go skyrocketing.
Yeah, that sounds great, because you know how it is when you're done. You don't have that same care of getting all your stuff, your vitals every year, and all that stuff they used to do for us. You're like, you kind of just put it off, and as you get older, you're like, oh.
Yeah, no, I got to give a shout out to the Ducks alumni, Loomis, Chris Loomis, who's a beauty. They have alumni doctor out here, because I'm like you, Richie. When I retired, I went almost 5 years without a physical and get my blood drawn or whatever. And this is before we built a relationship with Life Force. But Life Force is fellas, if you're not out there getting your blood drawn, you're really just bringing risk into your life that you don't need, right? It's like, it's just
time.
But Richie, I sent you the link, promo code curfew for 20 off, fella. But we'll get you you'll be hitting the ball even farther, bud. You'll be in the bedroom even near me. Fucking
yeah, no, they got the hey.
Hey, what?
By the way, I got one word for you. It's called Telatafil. It's a rocket ship. Yeah. erectile dysfunction, but it's a little 5 milligram once a day. That'll just keep
maybe not once a day, but
unless you're prescribed it. Like
yeah, that's the Updog once a day. Puts it in his fucking Cheerios in the morning. But Life Force, check it out. We'll be right back at Missing Curfew. Welcome back to Missing Curfew, fellas. Dog of the week. Probably should have tied this in the intro when we were talking about the World Series, but Freddie Freeman, his mother was a good Canadian. She actually grew up, Richie, I believe, in Peterborough, Ontario, which is 20 minutes from my hometown, probably 45 from Bell Vegas. Yeah. Home of the Peterborough Petes. Listen, MVP, guy battled through an ankle injury. Everything, all his teammates, you could tell how much they loved him last night, and he's got a little bit of Canadian up dog and Richie. So for me, that's why he's the Missing Curfew. Dog of the week, man. He lit it up.
I mean, lit it up, yeah, but an incredible stat that I think will never be broken is 6 home runs, consecutive home runs in 6 straight World Series games. It's an insane stat, and that just means you're Mr. Clutch. And what a story. His little guy this year got diagnosed with a really gnarly disease, and his family went through that. He's got 3 boys, and just to do that and have his dad at the game, it's just an incredible story. One of many surrounding baseball this year, and he deserves his own spot on Dog of the Week. So I'm glad we gave that to him.
It was great too, Rich, at the end when he sat down with Big Papi and Jeter and A-Rod. Which, by the way, I mean, when you listen to Jeter talk and then you got to listen to A-Rod, you're like, A-Rod, shut up. Like, Jeter,
he's the man.
Yeah, let's just go back to Jeetsy. And Big Papi's a beauty, but A-Rod, although A-Rod's suits are fucking tight. He's got some nice suits, eh? Like, real nice suits. I'm like, that is proper. He talked about his old man. He's like, look at my old man there. He can't even give me a hug. Can't even prick his arm up around me because he threw me so much batting practice. That's what Freddie said. I'm like, this guy's just a good guy.
Well, I saw a little story about him. His dad's in the summer still pitches him batting practice.
Yeah.
That's so cool, right? Like,
crazy.
Yeah. And his stuff with his mom dying at an early age and all that. He seems like a special person. So
yeah,
really happy for a guy like that.
And he played for Team Canada in the Winter Classic, or the World Classic, the World Baseball Classic a couple of years ago, because he said that's what my mom would have wanted me to do. So Freddie, Dog of the Week, good on you, buddy. Enjoy the shaker. Heads up in L.A. if you're up there. They're fucking burning the city down. Any reason to burn her down? Did they do that when you guys won the mug? Did they try to burn the city down or what?
We tried to.
No, I know you guys did, but that was Hollywood Hills. You burned down the Hollywood Hills. I'm talking about downtown Los Angeles. So
it was pretty cool because it was the first cup for that franchise in 4 years. But yeah, our parade was pretty fun, and I don't think they burned it down, but I think everyone had a good time.
Well, you burned her down. How many hours did you stay up for? How many did you stay up for? 3 days or after start, or how many days did you stay up for?
It was a few. Then we took her to Vegas for a couple.
You guys got it too next year, the lockout year. I remember I was skating with you boys. I was hanging out with you and Stoley a lot then, and Updog too. Loops was over in Russia not getting paid. But you guys kept getting the cup. You're like, finally, like, enough. We've seen it enough. We're almost done with it.
The funniest thing ever. They keep bringing over to Stoley's house, and this was like October, November, and we wouldn't even look at the thing. We're so sick of seeing it because he's just so hungover and tired all the time. We're like, okay.
Thanks, boys. We had a nice time. Eh? We'll get her back. We're gonna win her in a couple of years. So.
Yeah, that's what a treat to be able to say that. I don't know. It's so sick.
Fuck, eh?
Yeah. At least we got a cup on our panel now. That's good.
We can make a Missing Curfew Stanley Cup ring, right? We can make our own rings, eh?
Yeah.
We can make our own trophy. We take it around Newport. Well, Boppy, we're not done just yet, fella, here, eh? Well, we can get ours still, bud. DraftKings, baby, presented by DraftKings. Stay tuned because you hear more about DraftKings and all it has to offer throughout the show. DraftKings, the crown is yours, fella.
We're back, Obes.
Boys, Top Titty is back. Get in there, stay under the salary cap. A little bit different this year. We're running it on our own. Kyle, Princey, and Maxi and Picky are running it. So listen, DraftKings isn't putting up the guaranteed pot. So the more people you put in, I believe, Kyle, what is it to sell it out? 100?
Yeah, we got 100 spots, $10 a person, so it'll be like $1,000 pot.
So yeah,
if we fill it completely, yeah. So we get 30 guys. It's only $300.
Yeah, so fill it up, get it in there, $10, stay on the salary cap. It's fun. I like playing it up.
And just to remind the listeners, it's not the Top Titty, the Urban Dictionary, which is when a woman is wearing a low cut skirt and shows tons of cleavage, which is what just pulled up on my computer. It's on our DraftKings, baby, and it's our weekly. It's our weekly competition where we rank. Brento is just high up in there.
Brento's the captain of Top Titty.
My brother Brento is the captain of Top Titty. He can't wait to just get this thing buzzing up. So I think we got all the glitches fixed, and this week's going to be buzzing, eh, Kyle?
Yeah, it'll be all ready to go, and look for that link on our Instagram page.
So Richie, you got to stay under the cap, pick your squad, and it's just straight up fantasy. It's hard to stay on the captain. You think some of these guys they're a little pricey.
So it's $10 every time you do it.
$10 every time you get in.
Perfect. I'll let the boys know.
Yeah, that's a write-off for you now, though. Send us the receipts, Send us the receipts. We'll get that written off for you. But get in there. Top titties back, baby. Kyle, Picky. Good job, Princey. Good job, boys. DraftKings lock of the week or lock of the night, whatever you want to call it. Updated. I'm 2-1. Updog is 1-1. Richardson is 0-1. And our boy Jay Swish, I believe, is 2-0. He is. So, Richie, kid, we'll let you set the tone, buddy. Who you got your DraftKings lock of the week?
A Saturday night late game, Vancouver at San Jose. Vancouver's going to win that game. Coming off a tough loss, and that's my lock of the week. I need to win bad.
Guess that line. I'm going to say that line is going to be minus 230 for the Canucks because it's in San Jose. I'm going minus 230. Let's see if I'm anywhere close to that. I was way off on mine last week. I said minus 150. The Canucks were minus 190 at home against the fucking Pens.
God, you know what? I'm just glad I'm on the board, but this week I'm looking at there's not a lot of action for like these blowout games where you're going to lay a lot on the line to win. But listen, I'm going to resort to the Nashville Predators at home against the Colorado banged up Avalanche. Saturday night, ESPN Plus. I'm taking the Preds. I'm taking the Preds, boys, against the Avs. The Avs are banged up.
The Avs are banged up. I would love to know the Avalanche record in Nashville in the last 3 years, though. They play well there, but you're right. They're banged up.
Yeah, our boy. And this is for our guests this week. But anyway, this is going to be a juicy game.
Yeah, I'm going to take the Vegas Golden Knights at home against the Utah Hockey Club. I'm a little sour at the Hockey Club after their piss-poor performance against the Sharks. By the way, your clip was unbelievable when you gave the San Jose Sharks a blue light. That was awesome when Princey put it up on social media. It was great. You're like, nobody deserves one more than these boys. Hey, get it in, you fellas. Hey, listen, I almost took them the other night against the Kings, too. I was like, coming off back-to-back, just won their first game. Kings are already in town waiting for them. They won 4-2. I didn't have the balls to pull the trigger.
Played them hard. It was a good game.
Yeah, I just felt like, they finally got their first win. At home, I don't know. You fly in after a game. You don't have morning skate. You show up. You feel good. You feel light. It's just like, let's go, boys. And they found a way. I mean, they got outshot and outplayed, but they still found a way to get it done, Rich.
I think that's going to probably be a fairly consistent stat for them this year.
No, I know.
Yeah, they got 2 wins now. They're not going to win another one for probably 10 games. So I think that's...
So bet against them.
Yeah,
I agree.
Enjoy that run.
So Richie's got... Who you got again, Rich?
I got Van against San Jose Saturday night.
Van against San Jose. Updog has got the Smashville Predators, the Fact Daddy against the Avalanche, and I got the Vegas Golden Knights against the Hockey Club, fellas. That's the DraftKings lock of the week. Updog, get this guy a Labatt Blue.
Presented, boys, by Labatt Blue Light, the pristine Pilsner. Enjoy your beers together so you can live life to the power of we. Always enjoy responsibly, fellas. Beer, Labatt USA in Buffalo, New York.
Ooh. I'm thirsty, boys. And listen, I'm dishing out blue lights again. Every week here at Missing Curfew, we're dishing them out. Marc-Andre Fleury played his last game in Pitt. Took an unbelievable picture before the game with Crosby, Letang, and Malkin. Malcolm had the legitimate, old-school hockey card stance. You know when you just put your stick like this and you're just like, tripod. And I look it up, it's just like this. And I'm like, look at this fucking guy. Still can't speak English. Isn't that what you're saying?
Yeah, he can.
But to the fans of Pittsburgh, good on you. Listen, man, everybody, I've never played with this guy, played against him, but everyone seems to love him. He always does the right thing and says the right thing, and he got emotional about it. But to him, obviously a Stanley Cup champion at Pittsburgh, their first overall pick. Guy can still kick, too. I saw him going out there after practice in Pittsburgh playing with a youth hockey team. So Marc-Andre Fleury, get yourself a Labatt Blue.
Boys, I'm going to slide one to Lane Hudson for a coast-to-coast, almost highlight reel goal. I've never seen a kid skate like this, by the way, boys. Neither of you, our hips wouldn't move like this, but this kid brought the puck up the ice, boys, the other day. He dangled 2 or 3 guys against Seattle. He toe dragged it in. He put one off the post at the Bell Center. It would have been one of the best goals ever, but I love what this kid's doing so early in his career. It's the 10-2 fucking magic.
Shakira
magic show. On, yeah. It's a goddamn pop out of the closet in the goddamn magic show.
You take the early flight home from San Diego and they pop out of the closet like a goddamn magic show.
So I just wanted to slide this young kid a beer, man. He's good for the game. Skating like that. It's good for the game.
Let me ask you about him real quick, both of you though. How would you just love to soft chip one in his corner and just try to put him in the third row at the Bell Center, right? Like you probably couldn't, but he's just little and like yeah, that's what I mean. But wouldn't you'd like to try though, wouldn't you? You'd like to try back in your prime, before you had a wonky left fucking knee or ankle there, you would like to chase him down.
No, but
I'd love to lick on that guy.
Richie, you remember when McCarr first came in the league, like right away, he was doing the same shit. You're like, fucking guy has the puck on a stick the whole fucking time, and he's in college. Like, it's crazy.
And these guys are so good, those top guys, you can't get the puck off them. Yeah.
No, you're right. He does have a little McCarr. He's a lefty though, isn't he?
He's a lefty.
Yeah, but he's got McCarr. He's got a lot of
You
McCarr.
just can't what I'm saying is you can't find him to hit him in the trolleys. Like, it's impossible.
McCarr's first game he ever played in the Stanley Cup playoffs, I was like, wow, this guy's unbelievable. Richie, I'm going to dish one more blue light that I'm going to dish it over to you. Brady Tkachuk, the captain of the Ottawa Senators, 2 power play goals the other night. I watched him play in Vegas. I was texting with him after, and he was like, oh, I don't love my game right now. I said, it takes 20 guys, fellas. It takes 20 guys. He got 2 the other night. They absolutely kicked the shit out of St. Louis. Binner, I thought Binner was going to fight Allmark. He wanted to. Yeah, he wanted to. Binner, don't listen to everyone saying don't do it. Do it, man.
Yeah.
Just take your helmet off and get down there and start chucking.
Yeah.
Hey, that's what made you Binner.
Totally.
Do it, bud. Do it.
The hockey needs that, by the way. That might make us more interested in games right now.
But Brady, good on you, kid. You're a great kid. I know he likes blue lights. Get one in you, fella.
I get this guy beer. Is big old Maverick Lamoureux with his first NHL goal. This kid is going to be a stud in this league. He's 6'7", and when he fills out, he's going to be just a monster. Like this kid a lot. His little parents were making out when he got drafted.
Oh, yeah. Is that the kid?
Yeah.
So old man still got it.
Yeah. It's going to need to be for them to hang in there, I think, with all their injuries. But good on this kid. It's always fun when you score your first NHL goal. We never forget it. And good on him. Get yourself a beer, kid.
Yeah, and your mom and dad don't need any beer because they're hoarding up enough. They're already had a few. Hey, got a glass of Chardonnay. But Monty Kid fella, he had a hat trick at the Bell Center. Monty Kid, I know you love blue lights. Get him in ya. Michael Backlund, friend of Missing Curfew, likes the podcast. Congrats on 1,000 games back. Yeah, I'll just never forget Big Earn. Big Earn, you spec. Fucking Mike Backlund, you kidding me, Big Hobbs? You kidding me? Let's trade this fucking guy. On stage, you fucking Mike Backlund, you fucking kidding me, big boy? Well, Big Earn, he just played 1,000 in the National League, so he must have been doing something right. But Bax, congratulations. And last but not least, boys, Kucherov's pass to Gunsel last night. It was one of the most sickest things I've ever said. Took her coast to coast. I mean, he was just like a surgeon coming through there. I know he likes blue lights. What a pass up, dog.
Yeah, I never got one of those in my career. Fucking 700 games. I had to work for every goal I got. That was fucking teed up from the red tees. And by rights, I mean, he's got eyes in the back of his head, boys. He makes it look so easy.
Brosniak never gave you one of those?
No. A couple suey passes. Couple up my rear.
Do you know who used to be so good at that? Was Nick Backstrom in Washington. He used to do that all the time.
Listen,
the funny play is Gensel knew it was coming.
Yeah.
He read it. He knew, slid into that spot. It's so sick.
Buddy, you talk about Nick Backstrom and obviously his injuries, but talk about slick when he played, man. And like you said, Richie, I remember playing against him a lot when I was in Tampa, and like, you think you got him and just one of these or fucking one of those, like, right, bring you in and slide her over to Ovi. Like, he was so crafty, like a lot like Cooch.
Yeah, exactly. And that's, I remember being in Washington and we pre-scouted the game. They're like, hey, watch, if he goes behind the net, he's going to throw back the same side. We all like a little, you pre-scout stuff on it. And I remember Backstrom doing that, and he actually beat us. Ovechkin scored, and we're like, fuck, we just talked about that. But that reminded me so much of it last night, and it was pretty special play.
What do you call it? You call that a little puck watching, don't you?
You call that fucking have a seat, bud. Here,
yeah.
Puck watching.
You're like, fuck, this Kucherov's good. Oh, fuck.
No, that's what you get.
Now it's in the back of the net.
Yeah, you go back to the bench. Was that my guy, Rich? Was that my guy? Or who was supposed to close there? That's my guy, I think, eh? Is that my guy? That was your guy. Oh, okay, boys, fuck. But yeah, the coach is like, we told you that in pre-scout. I'm like, I told you no one's listening in pre-scout. You're wasting your fucking time here. Let's move on. We're not listening. But I tell you who else was good at that was the old Sedin boys. Right?
Yeah, those guys they were the OGs.
I remember when I finally went to Nashville and we played them in the playoffs because I practiced against them for 2 years. I'm like, to Webbs and Suits, not that they did. I'm like, don't go at them. Don't go to them because as soon as you go, they just hold. Like, just kind of stay there because as soon as you went to them, bing, bing, boom, boom, before you know it was in the back of your net. But I don't know if it helped. We lost in 6. Like, we probably would have got swept if I didn't tell them.
You're like, and if you do go, I'm just going to be right here.
Yeah, I'm like, I'm holding. I go, Clinker, I'm holding. If you see this, I'm holding. I'm holding, boys. I'm fucking holding. So. Get a Labatt Blue in you, boys. I can't wait to get to Pittsburgh and drive them in with you beauties. It is milk carton time here at Missing Curfew. Listen to this. Kevin Fiala, healthy scratch for the Kings for missing a team meeting. Okay. Listen, I get it. You don't want to miss team meetings. I get it's the old Cardinal rule in the NHL. It's the only job in the world that for, God forbid, you sleep in or you're actually sick. It's like, you can't come to work? What did you do? Did you have to miss the game? Are you, guy's a veteran guy. I don't know him. He's a Swiss guy. I mean, I think he's married with kids. Is he not, Rich? Like, he's a family guy, is he not?
He's single.
Oh, is he? Well, that would change.
Tell you, I could probably tell where he was. He's probably at the old 900 club in Manhattan Beach.
Yeah, that's a nice spot. It's a real nice. Is he single? Because that changes my whole angle where I was going with this.
Yeah, I ran into him a couple times this summer up there, and he's a really nice guy. But yeah, I think he's pretty.
Oh wow! So maybe he did the old. I got pinned and slept in. Well, then I guess you get. There is, eh?
Yeah, I mean, I don't
I didn't
know.
have him pegged like that.
I don't know. Richie's still got some contacts in the organization. I'm not
I'll
sure.
text Story.
But listen, all I would say to this is, where there's smoke, there's fire. And I don't think if he's a guy that's been showing up every day at 7:30, first guy at the rink, and then this happens, that he's getting scratched. I think this is maybe strike one, strike two. Okay, now you fucking missed a meeting. Now we gotta scratch you. Like I'm not saying that this is what happened, but usually, if a guy just misses something, shows up late, got caught in 405 traffic, whatever the case may be, you let him off the hook. But maybe there's something behind the scenes. I don't know. I never missed a meeting. I can happily say that. I can happily say in all my career, I never.
We're late in preseason. We missed the goddamn meeting.
Oh, well, yeah, yeah, but that was preseason. That was preseason.
Never had the boys be like, "Up, you got to come in the side door, throwing my gitch." Don't lie to me, up. So I'll be the death, but
no, never missed the meeting though. Might have been late, but not missed the meeting. Missing a meeting is like big time.
There's a difference.
Yeah,
there is a difference.
And that's on a game.
So when did he show up? I wonder, did he miss the meeting and then just? I'll never forget Patrick Bortolo. He not only missed our morning ski, he got there. he got there halfway through the Hawks one, and I was like leaving. He was walking in like, "Fuck, Borty, you almost missed our morning ski, bud." I'll never forget it. But I guess you're right, boys. I'm a fucking idiot. I mean, a team meeting, you can't play. I get it. I'm just saying there should be a little leniency for shit that happens the odd time. Like you should get one day a year where you just got to say, I don't have to tell you where I was or what I did, and there's no consequence to it. I'm just not going to fucking be there today. Fuck. One day a year. One day. One. Is that too much to ask, Rich?
No, I want to tell you this story. I just thought of this one. We had an off day. So we had a Sunday off, football Sunday. This Aiden Hill kid just got called up for minors to us. He goes our runner Sunday night in Old Town, watches football. We don't practice till noon the next day on Monday. This kid's late, stumbles in like, I'm talking, we got our gear on, and just about head out the door. He can barely stand up and talks like, are you fucking kidding me? Like, what do you do? Call up goalie.
Yeah,
day off, noon practice. All you do is get up at 10 a.m. Yeah. He stayed at the hotel in Glendale across from the rink, and this guy was late.
Yeah, that's tough.
It's like, that's it. Send him back to the hotel, send him down. That was it.
Yeah, if you're just called up and you're staying at the fucking Renaissance Inn, you can't be late for
across from the rink and after a day.
Fiala's making fucking 9 bananas, isn't he?
Yeah,
bananas. Yeah. I mean, I'd be like, fella.
Hey, that sort of thing can happen to anybody. And I guarantee he didn't end up going back to his hotel that night. He slept somewhere in Old City, and he was like,
he woke up and was like, fuck it.
He woke up fighting that.
It's 45 minutes. I got to go.
No,
I got to go right now.
You saw the way he looked, though. He didn't, I don't know.
From Old City, it's, Richie, you know this. From Old City to Glendale, it's an hour and a half on a Monday morning.
You're like,
100%.
Yeah. Hey, you're like, Rook, there's Visine in the fucking bathroom, man. Go put some Visine in your eyes. And you're in one.
Yeah. And it was too late to even scramble to get your gear on. You know what I mean? Like, it was, they just said, get out of here.
Hey, was Talks a standard noon practice? Because that's my type of practice, noon. Well, why noon?
It was one of those weird ones where we did play for a couple more days or something. He just gave us a bone, like, it's, hang with your families, get to sleep in, take them to school kind of thing with your kids. And
yeah. Throwing a bone would have been practicing at the ice den at noon, not fucking Glendale.
Talked in practice at the ice den. We had to go to morning skate in Glendale.
God, that's so bad.
It's a lot of time in the car. Get the miles up, gas prices back. Well, at least back then they weren't too bad. You could handle it. But that's a lot of time in your car. I remember talking to you seriously when you played there. I'm like, you spend that much time in your car on a game day? You're like, yeah, well, back and forth.
That was one thing me and him had a great relationship. I fought him on this for like so long. And I'm like, we're seeing our car for 45 minutes there in the morning, 45 minutes home. I'm seized up by the time I get back to the rink. And some guys end up getting day rooms, which on a home game, that's just doesn't seem right to me. Like getting a day room. And I don't know. So
unless you want to rub one out.
He was right in the end. It was better set up, but I mean, it was just a long day.
Unless you want to rub one out there in the old Renaissance Hotel, get the blinds closed there. Updog, you got a milk carton here, Yankees fan, fella.
Yeah, I do. Listen, this went viral, but I've just never seen such an act by a fan in pro sports in such a big moment. And I kind of don't know if like Yankee fans actually think this dude's like now like a legend for what he did, but like, you know, Mookie Betts goes up to make an incredible fucking grab. I mean, not many guys are actually making that catch. He was obviously one of them. And this guy's got his glove. He's literally spreading the glove like you know.
The other guy grabs his hand. He's like, "You stay there, Mookie. You stay right there."
Spreading his glove like this. And he's like, and he's literally ripping the ball out while his other guy has the hand. And like, Mookie's not a tall guy at all. He's like, his arm's stuck like this. I'm like, he could have hurt him.
Yeah, and Mookie handled it great after the game. Said, "No problem. It is what it is."
And so I kind of laughed thinking, okay, they got to kick this guy out just to make a standard. But like, did they move him up in Steinbrenner's box like after? Because it's like kind of legendary that he tried so hard to get the ball out of his pocket.
The best too was he's arguing, "Hey, Rich," like when they argue with the ref, like, "No, it's right here. It's over the line. Yeah. Guys, it's right by lap." But the guy's like, "You fucking leaned over." He's like, "No, they came right in here and almost hit me in the chest."
Like, you're allowed to wrestle it out of anyone else's glove when it comes over, except a player. Like, you can't, like, you can try to rip it out of another fan's glove, sure, but not out of a fucking player in a World Series clinching game.
Did you guys see that thing after that? I was watching the yesterday, and Gronk was watching that clip. He goes, "Holy shit, that's my buddy."
Yeah, it's college buddy, right?
It's unbelievable. Only Gronk would have a buddy do that. But.
Yeah, and he's like, and he played hockey, and these hockey guys are fucking beauties. Like, this is what Gronk was saying. Yeah.
Yeah, you get punted out, but I thought, listen, you go to the closest bar in the Bronx, you're drinking for free the rest of the game, right? You're the two beauties. Like, come on in here. You have free drinks all night.
Those guys in New York are going to be legends. I mean, that's just the way it is. They tried to help the team win.
Yeah, tough though. You pay how much for a ticket there, and then you're like, "Hey, fella, hey, dum. See you later, buddy. You're out here first inning."
That ticket's got to be expensive too.
Oh,
front row right there in the corner.
Yeah, they're not cheap. They're not cheap at all.
He's like, fuck.
Yeah, but hey, you got to do what you got to do, boys. But back up the Brinks truck here at Missing Curfew. I just want to talk to you boys here. Beep, beep, beep. Back her up. We don't have to spend much time on it, but NHL franchises, Uppy made a good point at breakfast. They're not worth fuck all until you sell them. But Columbus Blue Jackets are worth $1 billion, and I'm just going to parlay it into, maybe I'm a broken record, but this to me seems like the players are still not making enough money. If every franchise in the NHL is worth over $1 billion, to me, we're getting fucked. Maybe I'm wrong. This is above my pay grade, but every team, it just caught my eye. I don't know. I wanted you guys' opinion on it.
So again, I'm not a fucking economist or whatever here, and I'm not going to say I know this, like the back of my hand, but the teams aren't making enough money per year to pay the players, and I think it's still 50-50, right? And now, as of last year, I think the escrow is now completely washed. Like, they fixed it. And there's no escrow anymore, which is thank fuck.
There's no escrow?
There's no escrow this year.
Well, it might be. I can't remember. It was last year 3%. This year might be 0%.
It's done. It's done. I was told this year it's done. So in saying that, if it's still 50-50, the owners hide money. That's fucking what smart people do. They figure out cheat on taxes and hide cash. That's fine. But until these guys,
that's fine.
Until these guys liquidate these businesses, they're not worth the $1 billion, and then therefore they're going to say, well, fuck, I want to pay McDavid $25 million, but I'm actually losing money still during the season. Well, yeah, but your fucking team is worth 10x of what you paid for 10 years ago. So buck up. Like, I know you make money somewhere else, but it's kind of not the case. And unfortunately, to your point, Obes, the hockey players should make more money.
Yeah.
The game should be better. It should be promoted better. The media coverage around it should be better. Players should be promoted better. So there's areas that they need to fix in order if they want these players to make more money. But who's going to spend $1 billion to buy the fucking Columbus Blue Jackets? That to me is,
I think it's high.
It's banana lands.
Yeah. Well, what's I can't pull it up right now. What's Vegas on that list right now? Where are they worth?
Yeah, $1.77 billion.
Yeah.
I think he bought him for $300 or $350.
500.
Yeah,
500. Yeah.
They made $1 billion in 7-8 years.
Yeah, exactly.
That's pretty good. Is that good or not?
That's not bad. I'm not a fucking math whiz, but that's not bad to me. That's a lot of bananas. Toronto, obviously, the Leafs are worth almost $4 billion. The Rangers 3.25, Montreal 2.9, Boston 2.6, Richie's LA Kings 2.5. The Edmonton Oilers are worth $2.5 billion. The Edmonton fucking Oilers. I mean, listen, it's a beautiful arena.
And they had the city build their rink,
It's
too.
a beautiful arena. But that team's worth, you take Connor McDavid off that team, is that team still worth $2.5 billion?
Well, there's a good history behind it.
No, they're not, right? I don't think, in my
I
opinion.
wouldn't think so. But
That one really got me. The Edmonton Oilers, $2.5 billion American dollars.
I would have put them a little lower on that list for sure, but that's yeah.
Listen, the rich get richer. These guys don't matter to them. Billionaires versus millionaires. Like anytime we had a lockout, I'm like, we're fucked, boys. What are we doing here? We're not going to win this. We're going to lose.
Let's go drink.
Let's go drink. So
Full fun coupons for those boys.
yeah, I just wanted the boys to make a little bit more money here. But back up the Brinks truck, you rich owners. Fuck, you're doing well. They're down at Fins. They don't need an invite to Pins and Fins, Richie. They're members at Pins and Fins, buddy. Exactly. And they don't need an invite. Last but not least here, before we bring in our National League guest, this is around the National League, best league in the world. This is the Updog. I want to talk about this. He said, is Rasmus Dahlin the dirtiest Swede to ever play the game? And for me, the first name that came to mind for me, boys, was Nicholas Kronwall. I mean, this fucking guy, dude. He used to kill guys, and I would try to fight him, and not even just me. Ryan Getzlaf would try to fight him. Burroughs would try to fight this guy. Yeah, everybody in the fucking league would try to fight this guy, and he would never fight, which was the Red Wings way. I get it. But when you talk dirty Swedes, and listen, I would have taken Kronwall on my team. Dougie Murray, you could fuck, and Alfie Samuels.
I'm looking at this list now.
But listen, Kronwall to me in our era, dirtiest Swede ever.
Yeah, I fucking almost busted my leg in half. Him hit me with his ass. He got me with his ass on the half wall, and we played against each other forever. Like there was some respect there. He was Grand Rapids Griffin. I was a fucking Milwaukee Admiral back in the day. A lot of hockey against him. He maybe backed off on me a bunch of times, or he could have hit me, and probably vice versa. I probably had him in the tracks a few times. But one time he got me with his ass first on like my quad, and you know what that feels like.
Oh, Charlie Horse City.
But yeah, so you're right. Anyway, I brought this up. I seen him, I seen Dahlin. Obviously, he went low on his teammate in practice. He's now a young captain. The team is, they're in rocky roads, Buffalo Sabres right now. There's a lot of heat on those boys. And then the other night, he gets fined $5,000 for slashing a guy right in the lips. I'm just like, fuck, this guy's making a statement, but he's not fighting anybody. But is he, and then I just went and think like, there's not a whole lot of Swedes out there. Those guys are usually pretty buttoned up, nice guys, pretty respected guys. But like Forsberg had a knack to him. Douglas Murray had the biggest fucking head in the league.
He was strong,
and he's strong, and he's a great guy, great teammate.
I love Dougie Murray,
but he wasn't dirty. He was probably the toughest. He was probably the toughest Swede.
Dougie wasn't dirty, eh, Rich? No, he wasn't dirty.
But he was probably the toughest Swede.
Yeah, he was tough. I remember he lit Loops up in the jungle. Fucking Cincinnati, Cleveland. Loops was Tweety Birds. And fucking, I came in to fight him, and he got the better of me. I was like, fucking Doug Murray, where's he from? Fucking Prince George?
No shit, that's what I thought.
And I remember those old, you get the sheet show notes. You get the show notes or whatever, and I look at it, he's like, fucking Stockholm, Sweden. I'm like, I just got fucking worked by a Swede. But I mean, he wasn't your typical Swede, but strong, big, and played pretty honest.
Honest guy.
Like to get back.
He's a beauty.
Yeah, beauty. For Forsberg, I played one game against Forsberg when he played for Nashville, and I wanted to go take a run at him, and he gave me the reverse Forsberg. And fuck it. When your head kind of...
Well, yeah, you get a little whiplash.
Yeah, kind of like that. You like change left side. But have you ever played with a bad Swede? I never played with one Swede that wasn't just the nicest, awesome, good dude, right, Rich?
Yeah, I couldn't think of one offhand by that. You know what I mean? Like, it's just all great people. They all speak great English and just salted the earth kind of.
And you know what? They all have great tailors. Their suits are always fucking tailored up nice.
Good hair.
I knew when my suit game wasn't great was when I started playing with Swedes. I'm like, I got to bring it in a bit.
Yeah, the tie's got to be a little thinner.
Yeah.
More of a proper knot.
The problem with me was I couldn't bring my suit in too much at the start of the year because I had to take her out by the end. I had to take her out.
And then they always had a tie
clip.
Tie clip.
Yeah. Is it bar or clip bar?
What do they call that, Richie? What do they call it?
It's tie clip, isn't it?
Tie clip.
They always had a proper tie clip on.
Hey, did you guys
ever get Uppy? Did you ever wear those suits, the Tiger brand, the Swedish?
Buddy, I got the best story of a tiger when I went to Sweden. I probably shouldn't tell a story on this point. It was. I went to Steen's.
Well, if you're not going to tell it here, where are you going to tell it?
Yeah, I went to Steen's wedding without a suit, or I lost it on the way, and I went into. I went into Tiger Sweden and got fitted by like a proper tiger, or Swedish girl.
Was she blonde smoke show?
It was, she was a blonde smoke show. And
because there used to be tons of those in LA. Swedish.
And anyway, it's still a suit I own. It's a fantastic suit. And there was a fantastic moment.
Is it a little loose on you now? Does it still fit on
you?
Oh,
it fits good.
Yeah,
it's maybe a little loose.
I used to love those suits, the Tiger. The Swedes got me on those.
Hey, we all know I can't fit in my suits I played in. Can you, Rich? I know Uppy can. Uppies are too loose on them now. Can you still fit?
Well, I can go either way. Some of my early ones are so baggy on me.
Yeah. The early 2000s, eh?
All Hugo Boss suits or balloon parachutes, and then I got the now ones. I can still kind of, if I suck in, I can get in them. I can't do the buttons up though, that's for sure.
Do you remember the guys like used to just come and try to rinse you for like ordering 10 custom suits like in the back drawer?
Well, I remember the girl. I
remember that.
Yeah.
Big Canyon.
We were having our Big Canyon membership. I had the girl coming over to do my suits up. She was like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "Where the fuck do you think you're? I'll be there in a bit, bud." He's like, "This is your party." I'm like, I know. It doesn't start for 5 minutes. He's getting a couple suits and a few other things. I said, "Uppy, I'm coming, bud. Sit tight back, eh? A couple new fucking charcoal black navy for the season. Hey, start the fucking barbecue. I'll be there in a minute." You guys are beauties. I love it here. Speaking of a beauty, Anaheim Ducks legend, future Hall of Famer, Ryan Getzlaf coming at you next year on Missing Curfew. Welcome back to Missing Curfew. Up dog, Richie fella. More than a friend of the pod. A guy,
a legend of the pod.
Actually, you know what? He probably didn't miss that many curfews. That's why he played in the league for God fucking how many ever years here. Look at his rap sheet here.
I'm sure in his younger days,
He's
got him young.
You have to give him a little shove. You get out there. Yeah. And as he matured into the captain, the leader, the franchise leader in points, games played, everything else. Ryan Getzlaf. Getsy, good to see that mug, fella. We missed you here in Southern California.
Thanks, fellas. It's good to be back.
Yeah, where are you right now? Like, it just looks like it smells like mahogany in that room of yours. It's a really rich-looking room, fella. Where are you?
Well, I got a new job, buddy, so I needed an office. So I got her all dialed in now, and I got myself a little setup.
Who designed your office? Did Paige help you? Did you do it yourself? Do you have a good interior design eye?
Yeah, I think that was more Paige's eye there. She picked the color and stuff, and then I filled it with TVs and jerseys.
Is there a bobblehead with maybe some hair on it, number 15 in there? Is there? Yeah, do we got a bobblehead in there
with the blonde tips back in the day?
I think we got to find one.
Frosted tip.
Frosted, yeah.
No bobblehead though. No.
Couple prized possessions in there, though, I'm sure. Maybe an O'Brien jersey across from you there, 55. Or
surprisingly, he's never asked for an O'Brien jersey. All these years, he's never asked for a jersey or a stick or anything. Getsy, why is that, by the way? Now that I think, good question, Ups.
Oh, I'm not much of a collector, Ups. Otherwise, you'd be number one. You know that.
Well, Getsy, I appreciate you taking the time. First and foremost, let's start with the most important thing. How's the golf game, buddy? I know the boys at Big Canyon. I told them that you were coming on. All the boys wanted to say what's up. We missed you. It's not the same. But how is the golf game? More importantly, how's your putting?
Putting's come around, buddy. Game's pretty tight right now. Played the member guest a couple weeks ago here at the Grove, and we had a good showing for the boys. I think we won our flight, which was the top flight, so that was the main goal going into it.
Do you got a good guys game there, Getsy? I know, like Big Canyon, we got the Friday golf with all the boys. Is there at the Grove there? Is there a nice little money match for you there?
Yeah, it's good. We play Wednesday mornings usually, so we get a group of 16 to 20 guys that kind of all play when they can. So it's been a good game.
Yeah, Getsy, a couple of my buddies just gave me a nice scouting report on your game.
Oh,
like Pine Canyon boys. I don't know if Jeremy Williams and Richie Schmock.
Oh yeah.
I ran into you at the member guest and they said you were swinging it pretty good though. But they said that community is unbelievable, and I'm just kind of curious. So what made you move to the Grove in Nashville?
Well, we moved out there. We just wanted something different for the kids. So we got out there. The Grove was where my sister-in-law was at the time. So we bought a house there, and the golf course is incredible. So it's been great. Now we moved to Leapers Fork now. Got a little land, and now we just golf out there.
What's your member number there? What Getzlaf? What is it? 1515 or what? I'll write that down.
Stay with it, buddy. You know that.
Hey, are you wearing pants? Because you're notorious for showing up in the course like you're fucking 6'4". You got a weapon on you. You got pants on every time at Big Canyon. I'm like, Getzlaf, you already intimidated me. Do you wear pants in Nashville in July, fella, or what?
You know what, buddy? The last time I wore pants is when I made the mistake of doing it on that other.
Oh, the sandbagger with the boys.
With the boys, yeah. That was the last time I wore pants in the summer here. But now we're in the fall. Fall's beautiful. I can wear pants. It's awesome.
Bust out the monkey bum.
He always wore those pants, although they were nice thin pants.
He had the Grayson pants, tight ones with the little cuff on the bottom, eh?
Yeah, Dustin Johnson style. I could see the tip of his horn.
No wonder you can't putt with that thing just hanging out there. Jeez.
Getsy, just on golf on a serious note, buddy. Kier Duchesne, your golf tournament. I believe you just had your final one, buddy. So congratulations on an unbelievable run. PJ texted me. Did you raise up to $500,000, or what was the final? Like, you've been doing it for 12 years, buddy. It was such a great tournament. Just good for you on that note.
Yeah, it's been great. And luckily enough, Troy Terry's going to take it over and keep it rolling. So, me just being here and my wife, everybody out here in Nashville now. it made sense for time to kind of pass it along to Troy, and we're going to be able to carry it along and keep getting money going towards Cure Shed.
I just want to ask you, you're the ultimate captain, the ultimate, dad. Let's just say sports dad. How is the kids' sports out there, Getsy? My little guy's like playing hockey now in the living room. Izzy's doing all her stuff, but I know you moved out there for a lot for your kids. How's the baseball? How's the football? How's everything going? How are the kids doing?
They're doing great, man. It's what a great experience coming out here and listen to your kids say yes, sir, yes, ma'am. Talked with the utmost manners and stuff. It's been great. The sports has been awesome. Other than we drive all over the place, but we're at that age now where everybody's into everything. So we got football, baseball. The only thing we don't have going is hockey. So
Yeah.
luckily I don't have to sit in cold rinks anymore.
That's just growing up in California, then moving to Tennessee, right? When we grew up, hockey was great to us. We were all lucky to play hockey, but like growing up here and living like baseball.
Yeah.
Fucking football. Let's go. These salaries are through the fucking roof.
I think about it a lot for my kids, but Getsy's been through it now. It's, Gavin's how old? 10, 11, 12? No.
Gavin's 11, Ryder's 13.
Is it a big hockey scene for the youth?
You know what? The Predators did a great job. They got rinks and stuff all over the place, and there's a lot of ex-players that have come and Ryan Smith, Martin Erat, I think Fisher's even involved now. There's a lot of programs going out here, so it's actually it's grown a lot. They're still lacking a few rinks, but it's come on pretty good.
Ryan Smith, Edmonton Oilers. Ryan Smith. Does he get on the ice still? Because I might fly to Nashville to cross-check him one more time. Does he get out there? I'll give him one more just in the fucking high glove right above it, and he just look at you and smile. You're like, fuck, you didn't even fit.
Somehow it went off his pants and it.
Yeah, that hit your sweat. Sure it did, Smitty. Sure it did. Getsy, I wanted to ask you before we move into your new role here, fella. The Ducks' new uniforms, they went back to the old Mighty Ducks, which I love the symbol. How do you like the new orange, buddy? I know you're busy. You probably don't see him play a whole lot, but have you seen it? What are your first thoughts on the new uniforms? And they're going for like the Orange County thing, you know what I mean?
They are, big time. I think the orange got a little bit bright for me and the sparkles, but other than that, I like the throwback, though. I like going back to that other symbol. I think it's been a good change for them.
Do you think you would have looked good in that orange? Do you think your pace of play would have been, yeah.
I don't know if my tan would have went well with that orange.
That shiny mug.
Yeah.
It's so different, Getsy, going to games without you here, buddy. I got to say, like I brought the kids to the home opener. Obi was there too, and with no 15 and the C now worn by Gudis, it's a mind fuck to me. So I don't know how they're moving on without you, but it's not perfect from a viewing standpoint.
I would say the Gudis tarps aren't quite going off the shelf like the Getzlafs back in the day. If you did the first month of sales when Getsy got to see the Gudis, much like the economy, I would say it's probably down a little bit, right?
It's inflation, man. It's tough.
Getsy, can I ask you? I want to ask you a little bit more of a serious question about the Ducks. Not to get too personal, but you were there for so long. It's pretty rare to see a guy play his whole career with one team. But was there some point where you guys were kind of going through some lulls late in your career where you thought about maybe moving on and try to chase another ring?
Yeah, it's been that was one of the hardest things. Was staying through the whole thing, and I think at the end I kind of thought that it was time to move on and time to do something. But my kind of loyalty and being in one place my whole career was kind of at the forefront all the time. So I didn't end up doing it. There was one year where I was pretty close to going to Vegas. We didn't go through with it in the morning, and that was kind of that was really the only point. My last season, I decided I was going to finish there. I never even thought about it that season.
A lot of distraction.
Saved your marriage.
No, I'll just stay here and go to the cause here, boys. I'm all right. Hey, what time's the tea time tomorrow? Yeah, Getsy, I was just going to say, moving on to your new role here, what exactly is the official title? And do you have any business cards in your office /den there, like Ryan Getzlaf? What's your title officially, fella?
I wish I had business cards. I'm going to get some of those made up, I think, just so I can send them to you. I think I'm a director of player safety. Okay. So we got a team of 6 that works under Georgie that we get to watch all clips every night and kind of make decisions on meatheads like you.
Yeah.
I wish you were still in the league.
How's the backyard TV setup now? Is it like mine here? Do you have to have the screens everywhere? Are you watching a lot of hockey, or are you just kind of sitting back waiting for a text message like, "Hey, Corey Perry just elbowed someone in the head"? You gotta
because that text is coming.
Yeah,
that text is coming
because you got to take a look at it. Like, well, what's the process like, Getzlaf?
Got a little of both. I got TVs everywhere. You know me, I decorate with TVs just like you, buddy. I got 2 sitting here in my office, and I got a little setup going with the computer so I can wire it up to the TV and watch the clips and stuff. So it's been a good start to the year.
Well, let me tag that Corey Perry worm. God bless him. We love him. He came on the pod earlier before the season, but Getsy, when you see him there, he's made over $100 million. He's got a Stanley Cup. He's won everything he could for Team Canada. When you see him out there still chucking them, right? Chucking them against these young kids on a Tuesday night in Columbus or wherever it is there a part of you that's like, that a boy Pears, and there's a part of you like, Pears, what the fuck you doing, bud?
Yes. The answer to that is yes.
Yeah.
No, I mean, you and I both know Paris was going to play until they kick him out of the league. So there was there was never anything else that I assumed he would do. Paris is just going to keep doing his thing until somebody doesn't want him anymore. So he's doing good, though. I mean, he's doing his role, same as always. And he still loves the game.
I kind of wanted to throw it back. I'm just curious about, like, we're talking about pairs and just to go back to the 2007 run, that line you guys had, the little kid line, whatever you want to call it. You Pairs and the old Pennzoil. Just how did that come together, and what made you guys so goddamn good? It was just a pleasure to watch at such a young age.
Wow, we were just, I think we complemented each other well. And, obviously 3 big bodies at that time. Our game, I don't know if we do the same damage nowadays in today's game. They skate too fast, but that game back then, that was what you needed. We hung on to that puck as long as we could, and tired them down until they couldn't move anymore. Then we tried to shoot it in the net. So that was kind of our game plan every night.
We had Dan Bilesma on the pod earlier in the year. We were talking about old school big Dustin Diesel Penner, like Cincinnati days when he couldn't cross over or skate, or like Disco worked with him every single day. And then when Pens got to the league, good luck getting the puck off him. And he gets, like, in practice, he was a nightmare. I'm like, fuck off, Pens. Like, what are you doing?
Yeah, you couldn't. He's way too big, and he just moved his body around. He had no chance.
I remember me and Pens got in a fight, a pregame skate in Atlanta at the old, Phillips Arena there. And he said something about me doing something slow, which I probably was doing something slow. And then I grabbed him, and he put me in a headlock. And, like, I couldn't fucking move. Like, I was thinking about tapping him. I'm going down. But, like, how strong he was, I'm like, I couldn't do anything against this guy.
No, yeah, you almost wish, and at that point, you're like, why don't you fight ever?
Yeah.
Like,
yeah, fight for
fuck's sake. You don't even have to do anything. You just have to grab someone and ragdoll.
Yeah. Hey, Getsy, here's a good question for you. I was talking about this earlier in the, like, it's been how many years since you guys won the Cup? You won it in, it's been almost...
06.
So what, 25 years? How's my math here? Oops, hang in there. What is that?
18 years.
18 years, almost 20 years. Yeah, thanks, Ups. Almost 20 years. Do you think, like, I'm sure your Stanley Cup ring's beautiful, but do you think, like, every 20 years you should get a new one, like a bigger, brighter, shinier one? Like, do you think, like, hey, boys, 20 years, hey, Rich, you can jump in here too. Like, I want a new Stanley Cup ring that looks like the Florida Panthers one, you know?
Do you? Yeah. I think I've only put mine on twice since we won, so.
Really?
It hasn't been a huge concern for me on getting a new one.
Where is it?
It's in a safe in my garage right now.
What about you? Rich? You ever put yours on, or?
I've put mine on. We did our 10-year Cup reunion, like, a couple years ago, and that's the only time I've ever had it on. And the same thing, you throw it in the safe, and you just hopefully one day you give it to your kids or something. But they definitely changed a ton. But
I used to have at my old house. Well, I say my old house, like a couple houses ago, I had a wall thing made into between the studs with a ring thing in it, so we could keep them on display, which was kind of cool, but I haven't done that yet.
Where do you keep your ring, bud? Same place I keep mine.
But yeah, I got a thing that was for a ring to go in there. It's just empty still, but it's still there. Like, oh, you want to make a bit?
You got your weed pen in there now. You're like,
I got a few other things in there. What's in there? Okay, I take a. I can't believe you guys don't. Would you wear your, like? I guess we're sitting here the only two losers with that one, but I would wear the fucking.
No, I don't think anyone wears it.
Why?
You might see like Dominic Moore on ESPN wear his or something. Does he have? I don't even know if he does.
Ooh. Does Dominic Moore wear his? Because then I might not.
Yeah, no, I don't know, but just like you might see a guy on ESPN, like kind of a nerdier guy, wear it like during an.
So it's a loser move.
Yeah.
If you have a Stanley Cup ring to wear it, is that what I'm hearing here, boys? It's a loser move.
Oh, I think just to wear it. That's not really a thing you do. People want you to take them to events. I've taken it to an event before just to show people. But other than that, no. Yeah, you don't want to be caught rocking around with that.
So when Claude Lemieux was playing in the Talent Cup years ago, and he drove by us on the golf cart to go to dinner, he had 4 Stanley Cup rings on. Is that a loser move by Claude, or can you show off when you're going like a member guest?
That's kind of a loser.
Yeah. I mean, Pepe, but 4 is pretty good. Pepe can do whatever he wants when he's
maybe if I had 4, yeah. I don't know what that's like.
Yeah, Getsy, let me ask you this, just to transition a little bit. But you know, your new role, you're working for the league. Great gig because you're getting involved with all the suit and ties of the league, and by rights you should. But is there anything that, you know, the end game for you? Do you still want to work for a team? Do you still want to chase a Stanley Cup on the other side of things, like up in the sky? Or what would be your main goal, I guess, moving forward? And then we'd love to jump into the Team Canada stuff with you after that.
Yeah, I mean, I guess that's kind of a good leeway into it because the Canada stuff is where I'm kind of gaining that experience that I love. Being part of that group that's, you know, learning from those GMs who've brought me in and let me sit in all the meetings, talk to me, ask me questions. I get to see their whole process on how they do things, and that's definitely the end goal and where where I think my heart is trying to build a championship team.
I want to ask you about your gig now, your day-to-day. What's your day-to-day like? Obviously, a guy like Ray Whitney, the Wizard, are you on the phone with all 6 of the guys talking to? Do you have team meetings every morning, going over stuff like, oh, fuck, boys, maybe that wasn't a 5 game, or maybe we blew that one, or like, what's it like every morning for you guys, or your day-to-day stuff?
No, we obviously all have a text message chain going, and but George kind of organizes it a little bit differently. We all send in our thoughts separately, so no one's influenced by each other, and so that I kind of like the way he set it up in that aspect. And then, you know, after things happen, sometimes we'll have discussions, especially me being new. I'll text some of the guys and ask them kind of where their mindset was, you know, why they did this, why they didn't do that, just to kind of get a grasp on all the specific rules and stuff like that. We have a couple of guys, Damien in our group is really keen on all the rules, and Patrick. So just getting the wording and stuff is good.
It's about time you learned the fucking rules, eh? You're like, rules? I just went out and worked the half-wall cross-check, guys. There's a rule book here, boys.
Hey, Getsy, so is it George's role to maybe give a GM a heads up, like after the game you're going to be calling him, or is that maybe something that he slides to you or the Wiz? Like, is it always on Georgie to make a call saying, hey, we're going to need 10 minutes after the game to talk about what just happened?
Yeah, I think George tries to reach out as much as he can if he thinks there might be something coming down, just so the GMs don't get caught off guard. Or I think George also gets texts, emails, and stuff from GMs during games and stuff when things happen. So he does most of the communicating with them. I don't think it would be out of the norm to have a conversation here and there, but we try to leave most of that up to Georgie.
How about for after games? Is Georgie talking to refs? How often is he talking to refs at all, or just GMs, or is there anybody else on your team that is talking to some of these guys some nights? Because if there's like an extension, let me know. I got a few things I'd like to say to them. You know,
I bet you do. No, you know what, Georgie? He'll talk to refs and stuff sometimes when he needs their opinion on something or how they saw it, but. Our job is basically different from the refs. The refs call it on the ice the way they see it, and then it's up to us to kind of make our own determination. And sometimes they line up, and sometimes they don't. And ultimately, the refs calling it the way he sees it on the ice, and he doesn't get the benefit of us slowing it down 25 different ways and looking at it. So we try to talk to them if there's questions, but they have their own team of advisors and stuff that are trying to help them every night.
Getsy was part of this gig to start off going around and talking to every team. Like I remember at, the start of the season, Department of Safety would come in, and then, the league would send the cops and everything to say, stay out of trouble. But what was it part of your role coming in to go around, meet some of the younger
substance abuse guys to come in? Boys, keep it together.
I was trying to figure out if you two actually were there for it.
Yeah, I know we missed a couple of those, but where the hell were you two yesterday? Yeah, no,
I thought it was optional, boys.
And part of that, like, are you shedding light on like your old school mentality, but understanding that the game's faster now and you got to watch out for, the dangerous areas of the ice? But were you giving any speeches to these young players and getting to know the younger guys in the league?
Yeah, I mean, the one nice thing I got to go, I went to the referees clinic, the broadcaster meetings, and I also went to the rookie orientation camp. where George wanted me to speak a little bit on the way the game's changed over my career. Having just left, I gave a little presentation to the young guys on protecting themselves. I think a big part of the league is players have gotten away from protecting themselves, and they rely on the rules a little bit too much to do that. And so I was able to give them a little bit of leeway or a little information on what I did to help myself. And because, at the end of the day, whether the guy gets suspended or not, if you're laying there with a concussion for the next month and a half, it really doesn't make any difference. So we'd rather avoid those issues rather than react to them.
Yeah.
Yeah, very good. Getzlaf, I just want to ask you this quick one. Did you, before you kind of signed up for this role where you are now, did you kind of shop yourself around as far as going to different teams and seeing what kind of roles would fit into, or was this kind of where you wanted to go to take that next step?
No, I honestly, I mean, Rich, you probably know better than anybody. Well, all of you guys do, I guess. Now, when you retire, it's different. You're used to being pursued all the time, and it's not necessarily the case when you retire and get into this kind of a world. You have to kind of go reach out at different people and stuff like that. So, I was working with the Ducks. I got the opportunity to do the Hockey Canada thing, which was a big honor for me. And then just, the Ducks stuff wasn't really working the way that we wanted it to. And Georgie had reached out, lives here in Nashville, and talked about possibly joining his team. And so I just went down that road. I really didn't venture down any other roads at this point.
I wasn't pursued
but you have a couple. Let me know.
I wasn't very pursued during my career at all either. I didn't have to wait till retirement not to be pursued. My phone wasn't ringing much till about the midway of my career. I was like, is this thing fucking... I didn't change my number here,
Getzlaf, you didn't want to go win a Spengler Cup or what? You didn't want to go...
Updog loves the Spangler. Uppy loves the Spangler. He loves the Spangler.
Jeez, we could have used you at Getzlaf. Jeez. No, but... and I guess taking on a role like you're doing the Four Nations, Doug Armstrong's an incredible guy, knows the game probably just as good as anyone in the business side of things now. But, could you leave this position now to take on like a head job to run the Spengler Cup, for example, or are you kind of locked in on, the Department of Safety with a spin-off to the Four Nations Cup, or I guess what's the deal like? Are you a free agent in a couple of years or what's up?
Yeah, I think that, the Hockey Canada stuff it's a work in progress. I've been, I was there at the World Championships last year when Nasher and Kyle kind of built that team, and I got to see how that all happened, and then went through all the meetings with them, talked with them about the teams. Right now, obviously, our focus is on the Four Nations and the Olympics, but we have a World Championships in between there as well. So we're kind of looking at everything, and it's all building towards that Olympic team. And so it's nice to be able to be part of it from the start. So whether I take on a bigger role in the World Championships or not, it's just about us being there and understanding what we're building towards.
Getzlaf, what about your gig with the NHL? Sorry, we're jumping on back and forth on you, but I know you can handle it. Adversity, you can handle it. Would you get on the road at all? Do you go to Toronto, New York, or is it, do you have to get out there and throw the suit on and dust off the Ferragamos and really get out there and get involved, or what?
I don't. It's nice. I don't really have to travel that much. I will go into New York or Toronto from time to time I haven't sat in the room for one of the nights yet. So I'm going to be in Toronto for the Hall of Fame game coming up here, and I'm gonna pop into Toronto's office that night and kind of sit around and watch games in there and see how it all operates on their side of things. Obviously, ours is in New York, but at least I can see their side of things there.
Are you playing in the Hall of Fame alumni game? You played last year, didn't you? I thought I saw some footage of you out there, going to your backhand, slowing it down.
I'll be out there, bud. Well, I'll definitely be slowing it down. But we'll dust off the skates and get out there.
How does it feel when you get out there? I know how it feels when I get on the ice, but how does it feel for a future Hall of Famer like yourself when you get out there? Is it like riding a bike? Because for me, it's not like riding a bike. It's like a car accident, bro.
It is. It feels like I came off a car accident when I get out there.
That's funny.
We got a big alumni game coming up, and Richie's coming. Are you going to be able to make it to Aspen, or are you too busy?
I can't make it to Aspen. I had something else on the books. I'm playing in that pro golf thing. We're taking on the I think they just announced it yesterday. Maybe we're taking on the different major sports.
Who the hockey guys are?
Wow.
Yeah, hockey, football, baseball, and basketball. We're doing a Ryder Cup style game.
I like that.
Who's on that squad?
Yeah,
A couple.
Rich, did you get a call for that, Rich? I don't know.
Off course problems, eh, boys? Hey, off course issues, eh, boys? Hey, boys, we'll get you next year. Keep your phone.
Can you enlighten us on who the hockey squad is?
Who do we got?
Justin Williams, probably, right?
Me, Justin Williams,
Pavelski,
Jeremy Roenick, Pavelski, Ray Whitney.
It's a good squad.
Do you need 1,000 points to play in the fucking team or what? What are you? Sorry, boys, you don't have enough goals.
I would put hockey guys up. I'd put you guys up against anyone. I wonder if DraftKings is going to have a line on that.
Yeah, I would say besides starting pitchers in baseball, hockey players are probably the best, right?
Yeah, the baseball lineup. I saw their team.
Schmaltz,
looking pretty strong. They got Schmaltz,
Clemens.
Molnar.
Yeah.
The real question is, do you want me to come in and carry the bag for you? Because I'd be fucking honored. I'll throw the towel on. I'll put anything. I know your game. Bailey's and coffee to start it off, and then just tempo. That's all it would be. Just tempo, fella. You got the up dog fired up about the golf thing. He's going to be on the blower here after we get you on call. So what do you feel like? What the fuck is going on? Gets you when it comes to Four Nations. Listen, you represented the country unbelievably. We had Brandon Morrow on last week, and I said the best hockey game I ever saw was you guys against Russia in GM Place. I don't love the Four Nations. We don't need to get into that, but is it still just because we haven't had best on best in so long that even though it's only 4 countries, everybody's fired up for it? Because we're excited. We're going to be there for Canada USA at the Bell Center. Is that the feel that it has in Hockey Canada right now?
Yeah, I think so. I think everybody's pretty excited going through all these things. I mean, obviously, like I said, we were at the World Championships this last year. And I think this is, like you said, we have so many guys that haven't had the chance to play. We were looking up and down the roster, and it's like, usually your carryover is 10, 12 guys, I think. We're carrying over 5 or 6 that have played in the best on best. So it's an exciting time for those guys that haven't got that opportunity. We're pretty excited about it.
This is my opportunity. I'm going to just say it. I think Ryan O'Reilly, keep him on your short list. I know whenever there's a list there, Fact Daddy Ryan O'Reilly, pencil him in somewhere for me.
Someone's got to be on the team with no visor. That Getzey will be pulling for that.
It's going to be hard.
I know. What do you? There's 5 guys left, Getzey, without a visor. I know you put one on for half a little season there. 5 guys left. Remember when you got that? Well, I guess you remember because you got the scar. You threw the visor. I'm like, how's that visor? Like
Getzey, I was on the ice for that. Fucking.
Did it hit your stick?
Shane Doan turned around and ripped one right off his fucking forehead. Oh, it was brutal. No, it did hit my stick, thank God.
Cam Fowler.
I actually gave Obi a nice scar between his eyes, but that was with my stick.
Yeah, he's coming hard, boys. F1. I just gave him the old fucking shimmy shake, little backhand spin. Boom, right above the eye.
The blade, huh?
I'm like, who is that? I look up, number 9, Upshaw, go in the box. I'm like,
Getzey, you'd always tell me, just slow down out here, Upshaw. Jesus Christ, you're going to do that.
Upper, you could only go as fast as the rink was wide. Maybe just hit the boards and go back.
Mendoza.
Oh, yeah. Well, I mean, that's so hard to rank. I think that, playing the World Junior thing at the time when you're that young, that, emotionally involved, I think that was probably the highest of highs. I think when you're talking about being a kid that's just uber excited. Everyone who played for Canada and World Juniors understands how big it is for the country. I think that, having been in the Olympics in Canada, winning that game the way we did, I think the script was written ahead of time, and it ended up being the best thing ever. So that one was pretty emotional, but I think at that point I'm a lot more mature as a player. Been through, I won a Stanley Cup already. You've been through a lot more. So I think the World Junior one was probably the most exciting for me and personally.
Yeah. I think they're the best junior team ever.
Oh, they had a wagon.
Stacked.
Your team was stacked. Speaking of stacked, best draft ever. Getzey, our draft buddy. Never forget that. Best draft ever. Hey, diamond in the rough 250th. I'm part of that draft, but
fifth rounder in that one, baby.
Oh, yeah. Fuck, there you go, Rich.
Oh, 3 guys,
baby.
Oh, look at you guys. Yeah. Absolutely.
You're 6th overall.
Absolutely.
Your draft was good too. You're 6th overall.
This guy was highest draft pick on the show right now.
Yeah. Who lost a job over that one?
No, Dave
Poyle was there for years.
Yeah, don't worry. He didn't keep me long enough to lose his job. He traded me. He traded me quick.
Getzey, buddy. I miss you, bud. We could do this all day with you. Congrats on the new gig. Say hi to Georgie for me, buddy, and hopefully we'll tee it up sooner or later. Hey, we'll see you in Montreal either way. But congrats on everything. Good luck, bud.
Thanks, Getsy.
Thanks, guys.
Welcome back to Missing Curfew, fellas. Thank you to Ryan Getzlaf. Getsy, he's the man. He brings it out. I was being a bit of a meathead, but he's used to that. But obviously a great career. Still waiting for the Anaheim Ducks to tell me when this jersey's going to the rafters. I will be there for that. I'm happy he's doing well.
Yeah, listen, I always enjoy my time chatting with Getsy. You've been close with him for years and years now, and I always go back to being, I'm in the dub. I'm 19 years old. I get drafted. We have the same agent, Jerry Johansson, who you end up having. Absolute beauty. And there's a young Ryan Getzlaf who's, already 6'1", 6'2", as a 16-year-old playing for the Hitmen, and he's on the ice chirping me, and I'm looking at him, I'm like, I just played fucking 9 games in the NHL, and you're chirping me, and then I'm like, and I had this immediate respect for him, for obviously the type of guy he is, who he was as a player, and then he was the first guy I knew that started to have a bunch of kids. He's one of the youngest guys to win the Stanley Cup, wear a C on his jersey, play for Team Canada. He just became this ultimate guy. And I always admired him, being younger than me, but I always admired who he is. And post hockey, I'm happy for him now on his journey to what he's doing. And just a guy's guy, great family guy, hell of a player, and nice to call him a friend of the pod.
Yeah, and for me, for Getsy, I might have played against him 50 times in my career. In the freeway face-off, Canes Ducks.
Yeah, the freeway face-off.
Heated games. Couple, I think we played him in 1 or 2 playoff series. Just the ultimate leader. Just what a player. Tried to fight me a few times. Got under his skin a couple of times. But I was just admiring how good a player he was. He had that yellow synergy that was, just buzzing around, or yellow, or I think it was yellow.
Yeah, it was yellow.
Yeah, and he was just such a good player. And I think the best hockey I've ever saw him play at the 2010 Olympics in Van. And I just always respected him and just thought he was such a good player and a hell of a guy.
Yeah, I always used to joke that he only back-checked when he played for Team Canada. Eh? I go, he only back-checked when you played.
And he didn't even get paid for that.
Yeah, you talk about Getzlaf chirping. I mean, when I used to play against him in pairs, he'd be like, "Hey, 6, I know you're going to turn it over, bud. What are you going to? I know it's coming. Turn it over." So I'm like, finally, wait, this is an NHL game. I'm trying to fucking stay in this thing. Would you shut the fuck up? Like, this is not summer skate at fucking Anaheim Ice. He's like, "I know you're going to turn it over, 6. I know." I'm like, Getsy.
Yeah, but do you know how much respect? Anyone, whether you're coaches or whatever, when he's doing that to you, that's just, it's still there's a respect factor to that.
Maybe.
There is.
I just remember when we played them in the playoffs, Randy was playing the piss out of their line. I finally looked down the bench. I'm like, "Hey, Randy, play another fucking line here." So I get on the ice, for fuck's sake. They played the piss out of them. I mean, they obviously were just trying to get by us, but I remember him and Getsy and Pears played 30 a night in the playoffs that year in the first round. I'm like, maybe more.
Is that when they had Bobby play another line?
Yeah, exactly. That's when Bobby Ryan did. Princey, find this clip when he absolutely danced leg one.
Oh my God!
He dangled him 3 times.
When leg one had no twig, right?
No twig, like he was in one.
Oh, shark out of water.
Yeah. Getsy, I love you, buddy. Thanks for joining us. Updog, Richie, awesome as always. Kyle, Conway, Max Pickup, Hall Pass Media, thank you. That was Missing Curfew.
Fellas.